7 Ruthless Machiavelli. Lessons that will make you mentally untouchable. What if everything you've been taught about being a good person is the exact reason people keep walking over you? What if your kindness is not a virtue, it's a leash? What if your honesty is not strength? It's a map of your weaknesses handed freely to anyone who asks. 500 years ago, Niccolò Machiavelli watched princes rise and empires fall, and he wrote down a truth so dangerous. The Catholic Church banned his book for centuries. The truth was this: the world does not reward the gentle, it rewards the prepared. Today, I'm giving you 7 of his most ruthless lessons, the kind that flip how you see people, power, and yourself. By the end of this video, you won't be the same. You'll be harder to read, harder to manipulate, and impossible to break. Let's begin. The world is not ruled by truth, it's ruled by appearance. People don't see who you are, they see who you appear to be. And in the gap between those two things, your entire life is decided. 2 men walk into a room. One is brilliant, kind, talented, but his shoulders slump, his voice trembles. The other is half as capable, but he walks in like the room belongs to him. Who gets the promotion? Who gets the respect? Who gets the attention across the bar? Caesar knew this. When he crossed the Rubicon, he didn't just bring soldiers. He brought spectacle, purple cloaks, gold standards, a presence so commanding. Cities surrendered before he ever drew a sword. Now bring it closer. Think of the co-worker who got promoted over you. Were they smarter? Probably not. But they spoke with certainty. They never apologized for taking up space. That's not luck. That's design. So here's the lesson. Stop performing humility. Stop shrinking. The way you walk, the way you pause, the way you hold silence. These are weapons. Use them. Because if you don't author your own image, the world will write one for you. And it won't be kind. The moment you start defending yourself, you've already lost. Someone questions you, doubts you, and your instinct is to explain, to justify, to pour out reasons like a man emptying his pockets to prove he didn't steal. But every word of defense is an admission that the other person has the authority to judge you. The princes who survived in Florence weren't the ones who argued the loudest. They were the ones who said almost nothing and let their silence do the work. Picture this. A young woman starts a business. Her family doubts her. Are you sure? What about a real job? So she spends every dinner explaining, defending, apologizing for her dream. 2 years pass. She's exhausted. The business is half built because she spent more energy convincing them than executing. Now picture another woman. Same dream, same doubters. But when they ask, she just smiles and says, "We'll see." That's it. No defense, no proof. And while they wonder, she works. One day they see the result, and there's nothing left to argue with. A calm silence is louder than desperate words. Let them assume. Let them wonder. Because what cannot be read cannot be controlled. The moment someone can trigger your anger, your sadness, or your fear, they own you. Read that again. Because this is the most important lesson on this list. Most people think emotional expression is honesty. Machiavelli would call it a confession. When you react, you reveal. You show people exactly which buttons to press, exactly where the cracks are. The fool reacts instantly. The wise stay still until it's time to move. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man alive, advisors plotting against him, generals betraying him, a wife rumored to be unfaithful. And yet, in his private journal, he wrote about staying still, about watching the storm from inside the eye of it. He understood something simple. An emperor who could be provoked was an emperor who could be controlled. Now think about your own life. The last time someone said something cruel to you, how many hours did you spend replaying it? Drafting responses, boiling. That person isn't even thinking about you. but they're living rent-free in your nervous system. That's the leash. You are not your emotions. You are the one watching them. Every emotion is a passing storm, loud, wild, temporary. Don't chase the thunder. Stand still and watch it pass. That stillness is power. That stillness is the thing the world cannot reach. This one's going to hurt, but you need to hear it. Loyalty is conditional. Always. The sooner you accept this, the faster you stop being shocked when people turn on you. Loyalty lasts only as long as it serves someone's interest. When that interest ends, so does their devotion. This isn't cynicism, it's clarity. Expecting betrayal doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you prepared. Look at history. Brutus stabbed Caesar, his closest friend. Judas sold out a man he'd walked beside for years. Napoleon's own marshals abandoned him the moment the wind shifted at Waterloo. These weren't strangers. These were brothers. And when the calculation changed, so did the loyalty. Now bring it to your life. The friend who stopped calling the moment you couldn't do anything for them. The colleague who smiled at your face and competed with you behind your back. The partner who swore forever and disappeared the moment things got hard. You called it betrayal. Machiavelli would call it information. Here's the shift. You stop seeing betrayal as a tragedy. You start seeing it as information. It shows you who values advantage over integrity, who will abandon you when the winds change. The most strategic minds don't rely on loyalty. They rely on structure, because people change. Systems don't. It's not cold, it's survival. Machiavelli wrote one line that got him banned from polite society for 500 years. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. This gets misunderstood. He wasn't telling you to be cruel. He was telling you something far more practical. Love is fragile. Love is convenient. People love you when it costs them nothing. But the moment loving you becomes inconvenient, that love evaporates. Fear is different. Fear is structural. Fear of consequence. Fear of crossing a line that should not be crossed. Think of the boss everyone loves. Never says no. Never pushes back. He's the nice guy. And what happens? People take longer lunches, miss deadlines, walk over him, because there's no cost to disappointing him. Now think of the boss who's fair, but firm, doesn't raise his voice, but his disappointment lands like a verdict. Nobody crosses him twice. And here's the twist. People respect him more, because human beings are wired to respect what they cannot easily manipulate. You don't need to be feared like a monster. You need to be feared like a boundary. People should know, instinctively, that disrespecting you has a cost, that betraying you has a cost, that underestimating you has a cost. Make it clear that your kindness is not weakness. It's a choice, and choices can be revoked. Tell no one your next move, not your friends, not your family, not the person who claims to want the best for you. The moment you announce a plan, 3 things happen. The doubters arrive to talk you out of it. The competitors arrive to copy it. And worst of all, your own brain releases a small dose of satisfaction, as if you'd already done the thing. And that satisfaction kills momentum. The Trojan horse was not announced. D-Day was hidden under layers of deception. Steve Jobs kept the iPhone behind locked doors until the moment it was unveiled. The element of surprise isn't just tactical, it's psychological. Picture the man who tells everyone he's starting a business next month. For weeks he tells the story. He gets the dopamine of being seen as ambitious. 6 months later, he hasn't started, because the story fed him more than the work would have. Now picture the man who says nothing, who builds in silence, who one day simply shows up. The business already running, the proof already in hand. There's nothing to argue with. The work speaks. Move in silence. Let the result be the announcement. Here's the final lesson, the one that ties all the others together. Every lesson on this list, perception, silence, emotional control, betrayal, fear, secrecy. They all build the same thing. A mind the world cannot reach. A self that cannot be taken from you. Because here's the truth, almost no one teaches anymore. Every external thing in your life can be taken. Your money, your status, your reputation, the people you love. All of it. Borrowed. All of it. Temporary. But the way you think, the way you carry yourself when no one is watching, that is yours. That is the kingdom no enemy can invade. Marcus Aurelius, writing in his tent at night, surrounded by war, betrayal, illness, still composing the most unshakable words ever written. Mandela in a cell for 27 years. Who walked out? With more authority than the men who imprisoned him. Think of every person you've ever respected. It wasn't their circumstances. It was the citadel inside them that the world could not breach. That's what you're building. Every time you don't react when provoked, you're building it. Every time you keep a plan to yourself, you're building it. Every time you choose stillness over noise, perception over confession, structure over hope, you're building it. And one day, you'll look around and realize you've become someone the world simply cannot reach. Machiavelli wasn't teaching you how to be evil. He was teaching you how to stop being prey. The soft mind isn't a virtue, it's a vulnerability, dressed up as one. So harden the parts of you that need to be hard. Stay soft only where it's safe to be soft. The strongest people you'll ever meet are not the loudest. They're the ones who watched everything, said almost nothing, and quietly became untouchable. If this is the kind of mind you're building, make subscribing a daily commitment to that version of yourself, because the work continues. And next time, we go somewhere darker. I'll see you there.